Hey everyone, my name is Jerry, and today we're talking about how to prevent racism at workplace. Do not be silent at this moment. This is the time that leaders around the world need to speak up. If you're not sure what to say, speak guidance from a diversity, equality, and inclusion leader or other diversity group to develop a message that is true for you and your organization. Don't let fear of saying the wrong thing keep you silent. If you say something harmful or hurtful or unintentionally, issue a sincere apology immediately and retire your comment to fighting racial and sexism. Know that silence can feel like violence. Black people across the country are calling on all of us to acknowledge that the hurt of their community, saying nothing is based on their act of violence. Understanding communities of color, LGBTQA plus employees and workers with disabilities needs to be addressed. The harm that institution silence is complicated. Don't just sign support, root out racism at your workplace. Access the demographic composition of all employees at all levels, as well as up and downs in payroll, looking at the factors such as gender, race, nationality, disability, LGBTQIA+, stacked, etc. To be able to accurate, analyze, and balance while paying attention to institutions where people decide which identities they're willing to disclose. Investigate the impact of your external behavior on Black people and people of color, especially women. Consider bringing in out expertise to assess the organization's impact. How do the product you make on the products you lobby for affect the Black community? What can you do with your business to support Black women? What your organizations do internally is directly related to your internal culture. It can build credibility and trust, or it can undermine your established values. Hold conversations to bring awareness to racism at work. Host several spaces of your Black employees and employees of color to gather and respect their boundaries and well being. This includes creating, founding, and prioritizing employee resource groups, ERGs, for Black, Latin, Asian, Indigenous, and other communities, and make time and space either virtually or in real life for ERGs to gather support one another and raise issues such as toxic workplace culture, fears of retaliation, and other barriers that prevent clear pathways to career growth and promotions. Recognize and support staff who hold multiple identities and may want to encourage with more than one group. And while these should be safe spaces for employees of color, communicate that their channels, including anonymous ones, to address and correct issues raised by ERGs. So Rose Park once said, "People always said that I don't give up my seat because I was tired, but that isn't true. I was not tired physically, nor no more tired than I usually was at the end of a working day. I was not old, although some people have an image of me being old then. I was 42. No, the only tired I was tired of giving in." She was saying that she was tired of keep giving in herself the work, the pressure, or like just giving out the things that she shouldn't be giving, but she felt nice and giving in. But people take that as a thing that she should be giving to us. Like it's a mandatory thing that she should give us. Create opportunities for all staff to come together as a group. In addition to holding spaces for your staff of color together, bring your entire staff together to share what they are thinking and feeling, to answer questions or concerns, and to discuss how your organization should evolve to meet the essential demands of this moment. Recognize that every staff member is starting from a different place and that their proximity to and understanding the systematic racism is vary widely. Be prepared to meet each person where they are without tolerance, sexist or racist views on negative these complexities by investigating in experts and trained facilitators with cautiousness and understanding of these notches, some of your staff are already consumed by racial injustice, while others are only just coming back to the term with it. Ensure these spaces do not create additional trauma for your staff of color and Black, Indigenous, and people of color, BIPOCs. Do not bear the burden of explaining systematic racism to white staff. If this continues uncertainty around return to office plans, make sure these spaces are accessible to all of your employees, regardless of if they are working in the office or at home. Encourage and empower everyone to speak out against racist workplace practice and adopt a zero tolerance policy for this behavior. Set up a system that enable and empower your employees to come forward if they're comfort racist, unsafe, or illegal practice at work. This should cover a range of behaviors from the most egregious act to microaggressions that deprive your staff of the dignity they deserve at work. All of your employees, particularly women of color, must feel comfortable shining a light on workplace practice and jeopardize their safety or undermine their dignity. Remove racism from your recruiting, hiring, and talent management process. If you have paused new hires or are moving more slowly to fill positions, take the time to look for and build a more diverse pool of candidates. Remember that people are inherently based towards those similar to themselves. However, if we are aware of impact basis and we can work to combat them and cultivate more inclusive workplaces. And if you are in an industry that is growing and hiring, stay valiant and about protocols that promote the consideration of BIPOC and people and women candidates, even while you need to step up quickly. Below are some to tell employees how to help each other. And set up a team to monitor the racism at work. Set up a team to monitor the racist things going on at work and record it, then show it to the manager. The team members need to be treating every employee with equal respect and have the heart to help ones that are being racist because of their color, their voice, the food they eat, or the way they dress up.